There are still issues in this Manchester United squad, particularly defensively, as we've seen across the 90 minutes. But this is arguably the most united and together performance you've seen from them, Alex, is it?
Yeah, one of them. I think, like we touched on before the game, it was just a case of going out and doing a professional job tonight. Last home game of the season. A little bit of noise around the stadium regarding walkouts and protests and all the rest of it. That could have been an added distraction, but I felt the players put on a really professional performance and did what was needed, which was get the result.
It was nervy for a moment about the fans walking out, but because it started so brightly in the first half, it gave the fans a little bit of comfort in deciding not to walk out at 73rd minute. There were a couple, but it certainly wasn't the majority.
Well, we was expecting a massive walkout of fans, and it just didn't happen, did it? And I think it's credit to the fans, you know, they want more from the football club. You know, you can understand why they're so frustrated, and that's why they want to do these protests. They want this football club back where it belongs, and I think tonight give them a little bit of lift, give them a little bit of belief, and something to cheer for once of this season.
So what do you think's changed for United specifically here today, aside from the energy from the home fans?
Do you know what really stood out for me is the experienced players that were playing today. I mean, the Mata and Matic in midfield. I think when you've got quality of that in abundance in midfield, I think it just made them tick a little bit better. You know, Ronaldo was first class. He was outstanding yet again. But you just think, where's the club going to go? We're looking at them players, and they might not be here next season. So, we touched on the rebuild of the football club, but I think today it showed the class that oozed out of that midfield, and it was from the experienced players that have been put into the side.
And fair play to Mata as well. I mean, for his first start of the season, at his age, to come and perform the way he did was absolutely phenomenal. Fitness levels, his quality on the ball, some of his touches. Sometimes you can be a little bit rusty. Well, I certainly would have been anyway. But to come and perform like that in the manner that he did, fair play to him.
Well, just a couple of tweets we looked on social media in regards to Juan Mata, and I thought this was quite apt actually. This is from BK. He says, how did Mata manage to just play just 3 games this season? He should be starting every single game. I mean, why do you think he's not been getting the opportunities this season?
Well, that's the obvious question to ask when you see him play as well as he did tonight. You think, would there have been a place for him in certain matches this season where the performance levels haven't been there? Obviously his experience, his quality, we've seen it over the years, what he brings, and he showed it again tonight. But listen, he's done himself no harm. Whether he's going to be here at Old Trafford next season, he's sure as hell put himself in the shop window with other suitors maybe looking at him thinking he can still do a job for us.
I think the other question is that, no disrespect to Brentford this evening, but when you're coming up against the top clubs in the Premier League, is at fitness levels and coming into a side, and listen, you can have as much quality as you like, but when you're coming up against the likes of Chelsea, Liverpool's, the Manchester Cities, that's where it stands out a little bit more. And today I think having him in the side, it did make him tick. I really do. I felt lots went through him. Matic was brilliant. He broke the play down well, and as I said, Ronaldo was class. So you're looking at the more experienced heads, and tonight was one of them where it could have gone horribly wrong, really.
Well, just the conversation on Juan Mata, though, he got a standing ovation when he came off. Do you think he's played his last game at Old Trafford?
It's a good question, isn't it? Because you look at his age and where the club going to go. You don't know what's going to happen when the new man comes in. What style, what sort of player does he want to bring in? Does he want to go down the youth route? There's talks of maybe Ronaldo not even being there, and how could you say that? He's just been relentless this season.
Do you think he has a space in the rebuild?
Who, Ronaldo?
And Juan Mata?
I'm not too sure. I think, if I'm being quite honest, if the club needs to go forward, they need to start building strong surroundings, and I'm not sure that Mata is the way forward. Listen, he's coming to the latter stages of his career, so I mean, personally, I think it might go down like the youthful route, and that's when I say, when you're coming up against the top clubs, you need the energy, you need legs in and around good players, and I'm not sure whether Mata is going to be answering, but he's been magnificent today. You can't take that away from him.
Well, since you brought up Cristiano Ronaldo, I got to ask about him as well. Do you think he has a future at Old Trafford?
Again, he's a goal scorer. He's a goal scorer, but I think there's a method to play when Cristiano Ronaldo's playing, and that's the purpose of him getting on the ball, getting into good areas, and scoring goals. And listen, he hasn't done it consistently over the seasons for no reason.
But like you said, should United move on from and build with maybe younger players, new crop of players?
Personally, I think people would certainly build and learn from Cristiano Ronaldo, but I do feel that, you know, it's not all about, I mean, he scored so many goals this season, but where have they finished in the league? That's the whole question. But I'm not so sure. I personally think if they're going to rebuild this club, they need to start from scratch, and maybe it is without Ronaldo, because a lot does go around him playing forward.
Alex?
Yeah, I think when you look at Ronaldo's impact in particular on the performance tonight, I think I echo what Lee says. Man United will be lost without him this season. His goals.
So you don't think that was a wave goodbye to the fans?
Definitely not. Definitely not. No, I think I fully expect to see Cristiano here next season, and you'd have to say there's a lot more areas in the team what needs strengthening other than Cristiano Ronaldo. So for me, he's one player that you'd be building the team around. I know he's at the age he is, but he's still got outstanding quality.
Do you think he'll want to stay though? A fan that I spoke to yesterday, he suggested that the goals that Cristiano Ronaldo has been scoring for Manchester United, partially yes, it's for Manchester United, but partially also to put himself in the shop window to show people he can still score the goals. Do you think, considering it's a slim chance of United making it into Champions League next season?
Yeah, obviously he'll be wanting to play Champions League. He's always set the bar, set the standards high. And let's get it right, he's been the outstanding performer at his age in a team that hasn't really been firing on all...
Premier League goals this season.
He hasn't been firing on all cylinders. So if United go and get a couple of quality additions in the summer who are going to help him even more, then who's to know, he could go and produce again for Manchester United this next season.